Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. We'll see Daniel Jones and the New York Giants taking on Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Giants go to work on offense for the first time, and it's Daniel Jones leading the way, the number 6 pick in the 2019 draft.
A little bit of broken record time, partner, because we know that this young man, Daniel Jones, was a surprise pick at number 6 overall. But I thought that he got better and better as the year went on in his rookie year. A lot of trial by fire. Needs to protect the football better while in the pocket. But when he's at his best, he can throw it and run it. And he's an ascending quarterback. 24 touchdown passes as a rookie.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's into the clear. And finally they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 10-yard line. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 54 yards on the ground. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing on 1st down. Jones. This will be caught just inside the 10. That catch good for only a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Now Jones. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Jones able to connect with Sterling Shepard. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they designed a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice fast start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know that they're here to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because if you get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The 49er offense about to go to work, and it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Charles, at quarterback.
And there he is, the man known as Jimmy G, Jimmy Garoppolo, who I thought had a really nice year in 2019. So close to culminating with a Super Bowl title. Accurate with the football, completed nearly 70% of his passes, which was 4th best in the NFL. Nearly 4,000 yards through the air with a team that runs the ball with great efficiency. 27 touchdowns, but in the Super Bowl, didn't quite make the plays they needed down the stretch. But remember, some big wins last year at New Orleans, at Seattle in Week 17, 2 playoff wins. He's continuing to develop as one of the better ascending players in the league.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the
defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle.
Garoppolo.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
George Kittle is easily one of the elite tight ends in the NFL. Back-to-back seasons of 88 and 85 catches. We just saw another one right there. Anytime he lines up on the field, you better treat him as a primary receiver and make sure you have a second guy in the vicinity to try and cover him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, they go with Mostert again. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
The ball carrier. He was brought down.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's got Sanu. Touchdown, 49ers. Mohamed Sanu, 37 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Giants offense coming back out here to set up shop, and it gives us a chance to talk about their start to the season. 0-2, and coming off a 4-12 season in 2019. But the big news coming out of this loss to Chicago in Week 2 was obviously the loss of Saquon Barkley, gone for the year with that knee injury. Charles, where do the Giants go from here?
They've got to figure out ways to try and move the ball with an offensive line that's struggling. Remember, they're starting a rookie left tackle. A right tackle hasn't had a ton of starts in the NFL. A center who's a converted offensive tackle who's an undrafted free agent. And they're trying to find their way. Now what do? No Saquon Barkley. Sterling Shepard got hurt in the game against Chicago, one of their reliable targets at receiver. So they got to figure a way to maneuver the ball, get it to different people, find some space. That's going to be a tough call for their offensive coordinator. But they've got to get it done, because look what they've got coming up. 49ers at home will have injury problems of their own. That'll be a very interesting matchup. And then they go to the Rams and then go to visit Dallas. This is a tough schedule for this team, but one thing I do like, they've got a lot of grit. They were down 17-0, Brandon, and came all the way back and had a chance to win the game on the last play. Their GM in preseason said this will be a team of fighting Joe Judges, their head coach, and I think that team's taken on this personality.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Jones. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing Jones. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Evan Ingram was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd and a couple. Jones, he completes it to Tate. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Jones on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly. And that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. Finds his tight end Ingram. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. It's Barkley on the counter. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Operating from the gun. Jones. This is caught. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And 2. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Jones hit, and the ball's out.
Daniel Jones sacked. A fumble on the play.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
On fourth down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. This from 25 yards out. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. Good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead.
49ers 7.
That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Here's Richie James on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
James on the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10.
Here come the 49ers again offensively, and this is a team, Charles, that after week 2 is really just decimated with injuries. That's the bad news. The good news, they did get the victory pretty convincingly in New York over the Jets, but gosh, they came into this game with injuries to George Kittle, Richard Sherman, and Deebo Samuel, and they leave with season-ending injuries to Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas on that defense. Jimmy Garoppolo had the ankle sprain. Raheem Mostert left. I mean, it is not looking good right now on the injury front for San Francisco.
It certainly is not. Now, one thing that may help them is the relaxed injured reserve rules this year, right? You can bring guys back quicker than you could before, and I believe you can bring more back. So that could help them if some of them can return. Some of them, it appears, will not return. These injuries look like they're season-ending. They've got a heck of a battle on their hands. They will play the Giants this week at the same site. But if you go back to last season, health helps you get to a Super Bowl, as we all know. That's not just last season. That's any season. But last year, San Francisco, hardly any lost time to any key players. A little bit different here in 2020.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
To George Kittle.
An excellent gain, 35 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Garoppolo going to get this off to Mostert, and he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. A play fake for Mostert. Now Garoppolo. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. Fourth down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
49ers 7.
Offense, New York gets set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And that's the rookie Javon Kinlaw who got in there to bring him down.
Well, in the short time this San Francisco organization has been configured the way that it is, you've seen their draft patterns. And when they traded DeForest Buckner to Indianapolis, many people were wondering, what's going to happen to the interior of the defensive line? Well, they replaced him right away with Javon Kinlaw, the rookie out of South Carolina, and I expect him to make a big impact early as a rookie. Plays with great leverage. I love his hands and really good intensity each and every snap.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun, Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
This time they stay on the ground. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Jones on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again, Jones. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Over the middle, complete to Tate. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jones. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw Saquon Barkley having his way in that first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game, as we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he'll throw right away. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Well, CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs. But Baltimore, Kansas City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few, they look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot of ways, those are the teams that we expected to be 2-0 at this part of the season. I mean, it's no major surprise. But how about Arizona being 2-0 as well? People talked about them getting better in the offseason. I don't know how many of us thought they'd beat San Francisco in the opener. They did. Then they jumped on Washington this week, and they are 2-0 as well.
Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we know the not good news about teams that start 0-2. The Giants and the Jets both there, Detroit, Cincinnati. So, again, maybe some more predictable names.
Certainly, they are predictable. Again, not a surprise for most of them, although many thought Detroit would be improved at this point. But how about a team that's 0-2 that went through a little bit of a difficult offseason like the rest of us, but even more so because of players being gone? How about Houston being 0-2 right now? They won the division last year. I think that's a little bit unexpected right now, even though they had a tough opening schedule with Kansas City and Baltimore.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 46. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A quick throw caught out wide by Bourne.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Fourteen-yard line, second and 11.
Looking to throw. Jones. Eluding the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. '49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Operating from the gun. Jones. It's caught. Shepard. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Jones and Shepard with a connection there for a Giants first down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he finds Penny. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a second down. Number 39.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Jones throwing complete here to Tate. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a first down pickup of 8. First and 10.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 15. So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
The ball carrier.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
At the 9-yard line.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Tate bringing it in for the Giant touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Gano for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes at their own 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And that is incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
The Niners on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. There's Garoppolo to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 36. Garoppolo again.
That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert.
7 yards on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play, 2nd and 3. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it's 3rd and short.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Sanu on the catch. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 6 yards in the first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
On first down, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. A gain of 6 there on first.
Complete.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
touchdown.
So much of the 49ers' success last season was due to tight end George Kittle, the NFL's all-pro tight end in 2019. If you want to start a debate, ask the question, is he the best tight end in the game, or is it Kansas City's Travis Kelce? Maybe they're 1A and 1B. In any event, Kittle had 107 catches last season, his second straight 1,000-yard season, and he's a threat anywhere on the field, especially as you get closer to the goal line.
The previous play
and there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation.
Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it.
On the keeper.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home, but still an upset. They got the job done.
Yeah, even being at home was not enough for people to think they were going to pull this one off. But give them credit for playing not just a smart football game, but one where they were going to be physical about the whole thing. They put up their fists and said, let's fight, and showed their crowd that they were into this one.
And then that's the thing, the crowd responded. They were really good in this game.
Yeah, they were not going to be pushed around. They were not going to be intimidated. They refused to back down and came away with a victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from MetLife Stadium.